We got the 40-minute tour.
Whale watching tour, amigos.
Family.
Happy for mention the clearbox tour.
You don't want to go see the whales?
Hey, family.
Amigos, want a taxi to the beach, amigos?
Enjoy your day, señor.
Thank you.
Man, can't these guys just leave me alone? This is Navigator of the Seas. It's a ship operated by the Royal Caribbean. The Navigator of the Seas is a 140,000-ton ship, can fit up to 4,000 passengers, and has the longest water slide on a cruise. I booked 7 days, hitting some popular locations on the west coast of Mexico. We'll be visiting Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta, and I'll be traveling with 7 of my family members. So if you're curious what it's like to be on this cruise, then follow us on our journey. On our departure day, we parked at the World Cruise Center in San Pedro, California. To be let into the parking lot, you simply scan your credit card. It'll cost $18 a day, which was cheaper than getting a shuttle for 8 people. But if you like having awkward silence with a complete stranger, then you'll be happy to know there's a taxi drop-off at the entrance. As you approach the ship, watch out for these characters. They're responsible for taking your luggage to your room. The man asked for a tip, and I got the feeling that if I didn't, my luggage would mysteriously disappear. To find the entrance, just look out for the sign that says Berth 92. Although our boarding time was at 11 a.m., they let us on the ship 1 hour early. And please remember to leave your Glock 19 at home. You won't be encountering roving bands of pirates on this trip. It's not like we're going to Somalia. The cruise terminal felt like an airport. And just like the airport, we got in line to be checked in. We presented the attendant with our passport and tickets. And unlike in the olden days, everything is done on tablets. Very efficient. It's this boy's first cruise, so I know he's excited. We then got a printout of our room and emergency location assignment. Then we sat in the waiting area to wait our turn to board the ship. Don't worry though, it was only a few minutes and then it was time to go. There's one more checkpoint, and it was finally time to get on the ship. It's crazy how big these boats are, a real feat of engineering. And look, I found a little sticker with my daughter's name on it. And remember these big letters on our printout? That's where you go to get your security briefing. The staff basically told us that we're to meet in this room if there's ever an emergency. They also explained that all children are required to wear a wristband that identifies this emergency meeting location. We then immediately headed over to the main dining hall to reserve our dining time. The main dining hall is where you have all your formal dining, and to avoid the wait each day, they recommend reserving a time. But regardless of reservations, our group still found ourselves waiting. So was this even necessary?
No.
Afterwards, we headed to Deck 11 to eat lunch at the Windjammer. Times of operation are posted at the entrance. And because this was the first day, they were offering dining and beverage packages. You see, dining and beverages are either complimentary or paid, so adding an additional package would allow you more access at a discounted price. The beverage package offers unlimited refills or various drinks throughout the ship, perfect for the alcoholics and caffeine addicts in your life. And the dining packages gives you up to 3 or unlimited meals at a specialty restaurant of your choice. Our family is cheap, so we declined and only ate complimentary. Before entering the Windjammer, they strongly suggested we wash our hands. This is the only buffet-style dining on the ship. It's also the most convenient, so we found ourselves eating here for most of our meals. Jeez, everything smells so good. And look at the food. I wish I could try them all. We also came at the right time because the restaurant got super crowded.
Time to have a little creme brulee. See how the creme brulee tastes.
Wow, delicious.
Creamy. And a hint of caramel.
After lunch, we went to Deck 12 to sign up our kids for Adventure Ocean. This is a drop-off daycare center. I wasn't allowed to record in there, but let me tell you, it was pretty awesome. They had daily activities that looked both educational and fun. And next door to Adventure Ocean was the Challengers Arcade. You can play air hockey, crane games, and more. By the way, check out the main pool. My kids couldn't wait to take a dip. On deck 13, they had a sports court for pickleball, basketball, and soccer. They also had 2 giant water slides and a wave simulator called Flow Rider. We had some time to kill before check-in, so we went to the ship's library on deck 7. There were a few board games and puzzles to keep us occupied. At 3 p.m., we grabbed our key card that was left near the door. Let's see how this room is. Not bad. This is an interior cabin, which means there's no windows. Our cabin came with a small television. In the bathroom is a shower with an adjustable head that can detach, and it's stocked with body and hair wash. Here's how to close the doors. There's a small sink on the other side, and near the sink are some cups and a complimentary bar of soap. We also had plenty of clean towels. And that's where I'll be doing my dirty business. I was impressed with all the storage space. There's even a safe in here. And look, we got a refrigerator with tons of drawers. Here's some outlets to charge our devices. And this is the main closet. As you can see, our life vests are inside. And because we're sleeping 4, we asked the attendant to set up the top bunks for us. We sat and relaxed for an hour before going out again. On deck 5, we went to the promenade. I don't know if you can tell, but it looked really impressive. Man, it feels like a shopping mall. All this exploring left us hungry, so we went to the cafe promenade for some snacks. Most of the food is complimentary except for the ice cream and Starbucks. The complimentary items are all on display. It's mostly sandwiches, but they even have pizzas. Let's see how one of these sandwiches tastes. Not too bad. And on the other side of deck 5 was guest services. This is where you go if you have any issues. You can also reserve a short excursion from here. And there's an ATM if you need to pull out any cash. The really cool perk of being on the ship was the unlimited soft serve ice cream. You can find these guys on deck 11 near the main pool. Can't have too many though, or I'm gonna need a root canal. Ouch!
Good Nolan, eating his 2 ice cream cones.
As for him, he'll lose those molars in a few years. So might as well put some mileage on those pearly whites. And did you know that this ship has their own miniature golf course? Wow. Yeah, it's in the rear on deck 13. They call it the Navigator Dunes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to love this ship. Can I just live here forever? Nope. We pretty much spent most of the day at port, but at 5 p.m., the ship finally went out to sea.
Bye, America! Bye-bye!
Look at how gorgeous California is. And this guy really knew how to ride those waves. Impressive. Near the sports court, we played a round of ping pong. And then my son got ready to scale the rock wall. Whoa, he's pretty legit. Afterwards, we went to El Local Fresh on deck 11 to grab a complimentary burrito. Man, I could pretty much eat myself to death. Unreal. Okay, it was now 7 p.m., which was time for our dinner reservations. Look at the sleepyhead. Having too much fun tired you out. But unlike my son, I can't wait to eat. Cool, dinner rolls. I better not have too much of those. And what is it with kids and french fries? There's like 10 pounds of potatoes on that plate. Well, at least she balanced those fries with some spaghetti. While the kids eat that, I'm going to enjoy my crab cakes. Oh boy, it looks so crispy. And they got some sauce to dip it with. Wow, it tastes so great. I don't usually get to eat this fancy. Next up is the tomato soup. This would be really good on a cold day. And for the main course, I had fish. Forgot what kind it was.
I just realized underneath this they put like a slab of potato. So it has a mashed potato in here.
Pretty good. The fish tastes fresh. Then for dessert, I had key lime pie. I was already stuffed, but I forced the pie down my throat. By the way, why do we have 3-course meals? It makes more sense to just eat until I'm full. After that giant dinner, me and my wife went to see a comedy show while the rest of our family went to bed. They had a pretty good band open the show. Then the comedian Mike Pace did a 1-hour set. It's hard to see, but he kind of resembles Santa Claus. Well, that was the end of our super eventful first day. Time to rest up for tomorrow.
So this is day 2. We got the ocean view. And you can't really see it in the video, but right off in the distance is Mexico, I believe. There's some land. So we came here to the Windjammer at 11:15 because when you come at this time, there's not as many people here, so you can find your seats. I believe if you came at 12 or a little after 12, it's gonna get crowded.
Like a weirdo, I grabbed a hamburger for breakfast. Whoever said you can't have hamburgers in the morning was probably trying to keep the secret to themselves.
So I got some roti, I got some curry, and some chicken, rotisserie chicken. Oh, the curry is good.
Good, right? Yeah, chicken curry is good
I
too.
like the curry.
Vietnam,
It is roti.
roti.
I gotta say, having dinner for breakfast was a great idea.
And some barbecue chicken.
Their chicken is good.
And of course, I went to burn off those calories at our first flash mob meeting. It was on the Star Deck Lounge on Deck 5. We were practicing a surprise dance choreography for the last day of the cruise. I couldn't help but notice that at 42, I still got it.
No.
Maybe. Then we headed over to the collection for a free gift. Every person here was receiving a charm bracelet. It sucked because we ended up waiting an hour.
We stood in one hour for this bracelet. We need to have at least one charm on it.
And right outside the collection, they were doing some Latin dancing. I think they were trying to get us in the mood for Mexico. Then we went to Deck 3 to Studio B for some ice skating.
So you gotta sign your waiver and get your wristband before skating.
We then grabbed our skates. I can't help but think that this person looks kind of familiar. It took us a few minutes to put on the skates. Now we were ready to hit the ice. It's so cool that we got to do ice skating on a cruise ship. I never thought this would be possible. Our kids also started taking lessons, so they really enjoyed this. And look at my daughter go. She's like a little ice rocket.
You guys did a great job. Do you know you're wearing hockey skates, not figure skating? These are hockey skates.
Day 2 was a day out at sea, so we spent the rest of our time just relaxing on the ship. And because we wanted to catch the 6 o'clock performance at the Royal Theater, we decided to have dinner an hour early at the Windjammer. I first grabbed some cordon bleu. It was pretty good, like a chicken nugget.
I just realized that the chicken is stuffed with ham.
I don't usually eat French cuisine, but I definitely like this one.
This one is croquet madame. It has eggs, bread. Kind of looks like a breakfast sandwich that Nolan makes. Okay, let's taste croquet madame.
Yummy! I need to find some French restaurants back in LA. This is really good. And I decided to finish it all off with some ratatouille. I figure I've seen the Pixar movie many times, so I wanted to see what it tasted like. Final verdict? Incroyable! And let's not forget about dessert. The chef was making fresh crepes. I just needed to add my own toppings. It might not look as pretty, but it tasted just fine. Okay, it was nearing 6, so we went to grab our seats for the show. The theater was almost packed. I'm glad we came here on time. Whoa, I think I spotted Larry David in the front row. Today's show was a ballroom dance performance. For some reason, I didn't really enjoy this one. I guess ballroom dancing isn't very impressive. Afterwards, we went to the Star Lounge to watch a game show. They later formed a conga line out to the promenade. And we finished with some Macarena. Day 2 was a nice day overall. Tomorrow, we'll be docking at our first port at Cabo San Lucas. We've been on the ship for nearly 2 days, but today is our first excursion to Cabo San Lucas. We started off with our flash mob lesson. The choreographer introduced some new steps for us to learn. Afterwards, we grabbed a tender ticket. Since we won't be docking at port, a small boat will come and ferry us to shore. This ticket assigns us a group, and we can only disembark when our group number is called. By the way, I just noticed this. They changed out the days on the elevator floor. Today's Sunday. Before disembarking, I figure I'll get a good workout at the fitness center on deck 12. Very nice. The facilities looks new. At the right side, there are small lockers where guests can place their belongings. And below it are some fresh towels. Whoa, I thought this place was small, but look at all the cardio machines. And right at the corner are the heavy weights. There's even some restrooms on site. And tucked away at the rear is the fitness studio. All this exercise is making me hungry.
It's day 3 and we got a window seat at the Windjammer.
This doesn't taste bad. Try it.
Got a raspberry drink. It is very crowded here though. Hard to find a seat. So I'm going through a little something internally. So today for lunch I'm just having soup and some fruit.
At around noon, the ferry boats have finally arrived. It was about a 10-minute ride.
We're now in Cabo San Lucas.
How exciting! This is my first time to Cabo San Lucas. And of course, they built a massive shopping district so we can waste our money to support their failed economy. We walked around for a few hours and it was non-stop harassment from the locals. All we wanted to do was find a beach, but of course, it was too far. And you call this a flea market? Everything's the same cheap souvenir junk. Can you believe this is like the 10th pharmacy I found? Insane. Eventually, we couldn't stand it and we went to take a photo near the sign before leaving. Can't wait to get back on the ship. Cabo San Lucas blows. With everyone gone, our kids took advantage of the pool. It's nice because they kept the water temperature warm.
And they got sports on the screen. While we're enjoying it, everybody's at Cabo San Lucas. And we get to enjoy the ship without too many people. So this is our complimentary life jackets. All kids can have on the cruise ship. Let's put it right here. Right over here is the splash pad.
Our kids were having such a blast. They could easily spend a few hours here. We wanted to take them to the pool earlier, but there was always so many people there. Now, we basically had the whole place to ourselves.
And this pool is really nice because they have a very shallow end where you can walk. And then they have like a deeper end over there. They have 2 of them. They have one on that side. And right up here, they have a jacuzzi. I'm gonna try to dip my feet in there. Actually, let's see how warm this water is. This jacuzzi. Ooh, that feels good. Right behind the jacuzzi is a bar. There's actually 3 jacuzzis around here. There's this one where I'm sitting at. There's one up there on the 2nd floor or 2nd deck. And then there's another one up there. And all these jacuzzi has a nice view of the giant screen there. And this is where they do the movie nights. By the way, to ensure that they don't lose towels, if you don't return it back, it costs $5.
Just look out for desks like these. That's where you can check out life jackets and towels. To borrow them, they just simply scan your room card. If I didn't explain it before, the room card is how you make all your purchases on the ship. They call it a sea pass, and by the end of the cruise, they'll charge the old balance on the credit card you have on their system.
So we're out here at the top deck, so we can get a nice view of Cabo San Lucas.
We were tired, so we found a lounge chair to rest on. In the evening, we went back to the main dining hall for dinner.
Apparently a guy named Larry David, supposed Larry David, gave our kids this ducky. So we'll see what that's all about. We're gonna confirm if that was the actual Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Apparently, this is a tradition on Royal Caribbean ships, and it's called duck hunting. Passengers will hide these ducks on the ship for other people to find, mainly for children. It's so popular that there's an entire Facebook group dedicated to it.
And what's on today's dinner menu is Caesar salad.
I typically hate salads, but Caesar salad is the only one I like. Tastes so good. And for the main course, I got salmon.
It tastes very like a burrito flavored salmon. It's like a burrito flavored salmon.
I gotta say, whenever we eat here, we always get the Royal Caribbean treatment.
And this is the coconut layered cake.
I really shouldn't be eating this much cake, but I can't resist coconut. And right outside the dining hall, they had an art gallery. Here are some of my favorite pieces. Passengers can actually purchase these. Now, one of the performances I really loved was from Savannah Smith. She's a vocalist with an amazing voice. Here's a sample.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally, 'cause I'm everyone.
I'm not ashamed to admit it, I got emotional. Doesn't make me any less of a man. Or does it? You can find her online at Savannah Smith Singer on Instagram. After the show, we went to a silent disco. Just put on these glowing headsets and rock out to some funky tunes. I know what you're thinking. It's like a bunch of autists throwing a rave. But I assure you it's not.
YMCA.
Maybe just a little. Next, they did a karaoke competition.
Why you so shy? It's not like you know, or hide from the light.
Whoa, we got some hidden talent. And to end day 3, they had a Latin dance party, where everyone was required to wear white. I didn't waste any time and joined in on the fun. It looks like my mom was no exception. Can you believe she's almost 70 years old?
Good job.
We set sail to our next destination, Mazatlan.
We are now in Mazatlan. It's an industrial area though, where the port is, which means we gotta take the tram to the shopping area.
We took a short ride to the cruise terminal and booked a private van tour with a local guide. It's much cheaper than booking an excursion through Royal Caribbean, but it does feel riskier. On the tour, I took a piss at a bathroom with the best view I've ever seen. We then saw some statues dedicated to the Beatles, witnessed a suicide attempt, browsed through a Mexican department store that felt like a Macy's knockoff, and explored a beautiful cathedral. The tour guide ended the trip by taking us to a place I've been wanting to check out the entire cruise, an actual Mexican beach.
Wow.
I've gotta say, Mazatlan was way more beautiful than Cabo San Lucas. And when we got back to our room, we found this little guy. I think it's a donkey, not really sure.
Right, we're now in Puerto Vallarta. And the ship landed right next to the city. Very convenient. And there's less people trying to harass us for city tours.
To explore the city, we had to go through the cruise terminal, which was basically a shopping mall in disguise. One thing I observed is that Mexican chips all come in various shades of red and orange. And can you believe we found a Walmart? This Walmart was gigantic, and their bakery section was huge. Look at all the pastries, and the prices were pretty cheap.
I'll tell you one thing about Mexico, they like their alcohol. It's a lot of alcohol. Classic. The classic game, La Cucaracha. They even got a barber shop inside of here. Like a little mall.
After Walmart, we went to the Galerías Vallarta shopping mall. I was impressed by how luxurious and modern it was. There was even a casino so people can gamble their lives away. And I didn't realize that Mexicans were such big fans of Japanese anime. Hey, there's a gongcha! And of course, they had to make their boba flaming hot. Overall, I'd say if you love to shop, Puerto Vallarta would be a good stop for you. When we got back to the ship, we just took it easy. At night, I watched some live Latin tunes, and my mom participated in a dance competition. Surprisingly, she ended up being one of the finalists, but unfortunately lost to some 9-year-olds.
Oh, come on!
On day 6, we were sailing back to California. They were having some good deals on t-shirts, so we bought a few.
Isn't it a little small for you, Dylan? Did you try it on? Let me see. Let me read it. Cruising Caribbean. Oh, Royal Caribbean, yeah.
We then participated in one of the many raffles on the ship. Unfortunately, we had to sit through this guy's entire diatribe. Just get on with it already. Alright, let's see if it's our lucky day. Aw, sucks. Another golden girl wins. I think these raffles are rigged. Oh look, more seniors hogging the pickleball courts. Did an entire nursing home come on this cruise? I guess there's nothing left to do but watch this sad sap wipe out for the millionth time. At around 11, they held a ceremony to honor our veterans. Another reminder that freedom isn't free. It'll cost you a giant cake shaped into an American flag. Then we headed to the Royal Theater to watch a girls' dance recital. These kids came all the way from Utah to perform on this stage. What a cool experience. My son got hungry, so I got him a pizza. And we got ready to compete in the paper airplane contest. My youngest went first and bombed.
Dylan's design of paper airplane is based off of the world record paper airplane. So we'll see how it flies.
Don't worry, son. If this was about the shortest distance contest, you would have won first place. Afterwards, we took my son to the water slides. This is a big step for him. I don't think he's ever done a water slide this large before. I waited for him at the bottom, but I wonder why he's not coming down. What in tarnations is going on up there? Oh, I guess he chickened out. I don't blame him though, at least he tried. I then took the family to take some steel pan lessons.
Baby Shark? You're playing Baby Shark?
Doesn't sound too bad. Feels like I'm in Jamaica. Later that afternoon, they were holding a bingo game. The winner gets a cash prize. And then my mom learned some disco moves at the Star Lounge. My digestion was still recovering, so I had some soup for dinner. Ah, feels so soothing. The performance for the night was this ventriloquist, and the kids loved the show. I just wish we got some better seats. We finally reached our last day on the ship, and I decided to celebrate with an Asian-style breakfast. As you can see, I got bao, some fried rice, scrambled eggs, and pickled veggies. Goodness gracious, this really hits the spot. Then out of the blue, the crew busted out in a spontaneous parade. Being an indentured servant never looked so fun. And the best part is that they gave the kids some free balloons. I had Nolan climb the rock wall one last time. Then he built up enough courage to try the water slides once again. This time, mom and older brother are coming along for the ride. I went up as well to see what the big deal was. Okay, Dylan, show him how it's done. See, that wasn't so bad. So I waited for him at the bottom. And again, there's no sign of him. What in second tarnations is he doing up there? I guess we'll need to give him a little motivation. If I didn't mention it before, this ride is called the Riptide. You'll speed through twists and turns, but the coolest feature is when you go through the translucent tube with a thrilling ocean view. Just like that, Nolan completed the Riptide. Not long after, my beautiful wife comes hurtling down.
Okay, there you go. You made it finally.
Nolan had so much fun, he wanted to go on the second water slide called the Blaster. The Blaster is the longest water slide at sea. 2 people can ride a tandem tube while water jets blast them down 800 feet of slide. And there's Nolan. But once was not enough. He went on it a second time with his brother. It goes without saying, but these water slides are totally worth trying. While the family was enjoying their time, they were having a pickleball tournament nearby. And make sure to look out for these drinking fountains. It's important to stay hydrated. At noon, we went to the Royal Theater to have a Q&A session with the captain and his engineers. If they offer this on your cruise, then it's worth checking out. You learn a lot about life on the ship and how everything works. I then threw caution to the wind and had a hot dog for lunch. The sausages they use taste like Polish. By the way, Polish hot dogs are my favorite kind of hot dogs. Then for the next hour, they had a children's fair at the promenade. They gave out these raffle tickets for each activity completed. We did a giant size Connect 4 game, had art painted on our skin, did some archery, and learned to create towel animals. When it was time to choose the winner, we lost again. We never win anything. Well, at least it wasn't another golden girl. And for the moment we've been waiting for, the figure skating performance was about to begin. Hey, that's the girl giving out the skates at the open skate session. Then after the show, we went to the promenade to finally perform our flash mob dance.
Are you ready for our flash mob presentation?
All the hard work really paid off. We're now in the final hours of our 7-day cruise. While watching my mom dance the night away, I couldn't help but think how precious these moments with my family are. Time on this earth is so fleeting. 1 minute I'm carrying my baby boy, then before I know it, he's a full-grown teenager. In the end, building special memories is what makes life so exciting and worth living. I thank God for this gift of life, and I can't wait for all the adventures I'll be having with the ones I love.
It's the last day! Look at that beautiful moon. I've never seen the moon like that with the waters. So beautiful. Wow, look at, you can really see it in the camera. Last day of the cruise and everybody's packed up, put their bags in the hallway for checking out. This basically means that the employees here, the crew members, will bring your bags to you outside for pickup. But in our case, we're gonna just carry our bags out ourselves.
If you do decide to have the crew take your luggage, they'll leave these tags for you in your cabin.
Last day. They've given us this departure schedule right here with the tag numbers. Ours is 21. So our departure time is 8:45. Also gives you the location to be at. And if you go to Cruise Compass, it's supposed to call or show you when your tag was called. So it looks like they've already called our tag. Yeah, it's weird because it says it's 5:30 a.m. and they've already called us, which is, it's actually several hours away, but I don't think this is accurate. So we're gonna go to get breakfast at 6.
Before leaving, we had one last meal at the Windjammer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really going to miss eating here. And I know he's going to miss it too. So that was the entire 7-day Mexico cruise on the Navigator of the Seas. And what's the final verdict? I gave it 2 thumbs up. The food was great, there was a lot of entertainment, and we got to explore another country. The only downside was dealing with these pushy salespeople. I wish I could take their sleazy tour packages, wrap it up in a corn tortilla, add in some flame broiled chicken, sprinkle a dash of habanero sauce, and shove it down their greedy Mexican throats. And remember the guy I thought was Larry David? Well, upon further inspection, it was Larry David with an E. I knew it was too good to be true. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these videos, here's some more suggestions. On this channel, I produce entertaining educational travel content, and if that's your thing, please consider subscribing. And with that, I'll see you on the next Pixix adventure.